This is Sisyphus, part of the game Ancient Greek Punishment by Pippin Bar. You mash buttons to push the rock up the hill. Like the story it's based on, it's an exercise in futility. You can't win. Greek punishment shows your actions can be pointless, useless, without reward. But actions, interactions, and their rewards are what games are. This is an anti-game. This is Execution, an old freeware game, or anti-game. You have a gun, a prisoner is tied to a post, and the game is literally called Execution. There's only one thing to do, so you pull the trigger, and you lose. Maybe you missed something, so you close the game, restart it, and try again, but the prisoner remains dead. Some things can't be undone. It's a statement on the impermanence of games, on the quick saving meme, on how saving and loading affects our decisions. It's a statement on blindly following orders, on doing what you're supposed to without question. But also, it's a game in which the only winning move is not to play. You win by pressing the escape key to quit the game, first time out. You win by not shooting. Both of these games don't want you to play them. By not offering rewards, Greek punishment becomes a game about the futility of your actions. Execution takes it even further, and actually punishes you for performing its only interaction. It's a provocative game of deliberate deception. Surprisingly, this concept is not exclusive to indie art games. There's a rare example in Deus Ex Human Revolution. Spoilers follow.
Jensen, the World Health Organization is advising all augmented patients to check in with LIM. There's a problem with biochip technology.
It's a trap.
Tell me, have you been to a limb clinic lately?
No.
Just like in Execution, this is deception. And like Execution, they don't want you to engage with it. This objective was created to be ignored. This building built to be skipped. They wrote a medical conversation they don't want you to have, and edited together a cutscene they don't want you to watch. The reward is earned by recognizing the trap, refusing the bait, and just leaving. The reward is feeling like a genius, like you outsmarted the game.
Tell me, have you been to a limb clinic lately?
No, I didn't get the change. I didn't get the change.
Let me guess.
I knew it was a trap.
That was supposed to shut me
I
down.
knew it was a trap.
Leave me
Knew
broken
it.
and begging.
So sometimes the action a game offers you is poisoned and should be avoided. And sometimes some things are better left unsaid. Without spoiling anything, because Disco Elysium is a new game, sometimes there's a dialogue option that will only lead to bad outcomes. A trap. It could be an incorrect statement that makes you look stupid, a question that hurts a character you're trying to help, or a threat everyone knows you can't carry out. You might want to choose it anyway for role-playing purposes, but it has no reward and you'll be actively punished for it. The game doesn't want you to choose it, and one of your character's inner voices might even preemptively warn you against it. And be furious when you do it anyway. It feels wrong, almost anti-game, to leave one dialogue choice unexplored, unclicked, hanging there like a hanging question. But by refusing to exhaust the dialogue tree, you're displaying the wisdom to keep your mouth shut. You're rewarded for not choosing these kinds of dialogue prompts, for refusing to interact with them, just like you're rewarded for not shooting the prisoner, for responding to a prompt with the escape key. Which is exactly what you do in Star Trek: A Final Unity. Spoilers for this old game. The whole game slowly builds to the discovery of a precursor race and its Unity device, a device that has the power to remake the galaxy. When Picard takes control of the device at the end of the game, he's informed that a Borg attack fleet is on its way and he's asked if he wants to destroy the fleet or the entire Borg race. So often in games, the single player decides the fate of the world, the galaxy, everything. But Next Generation was always much more about morals and ethics than decisiveness and power. So back in the 90s, the only winning move was, again, not to play. To beat the game, to get the only good ending, you must shut down the device and refuse to make a decision at all. It's a bit ham-fisted, and I would have handled the lead-up framing and closure to this decision very differently than the game does. But it's a warning against absolute power corrupting absolutely, which is exactly what happened to the precursor race. It's a warning about using advanced technology without understanding how it works or its repercussions. When you don't have the knowledge, the right, or the responsibility to decide, it's a moral dilemma best solved by refusing to act, by inaction, one functionally similar to execution. You could say that inaction, that not choosing, is a choice of itself. You're right, it is a choice, but it's usually the least exciting, least rewarding one on the list. In these games though, with their deception and trickery, they turn it around and make it one of the most interesting and rewarding decisions in the entire game. If you liked this, consider giving some of my other videos a watch. Super thanks to Miss Scarlett Tanager for letting me use her reaction. You can check out her stuff here. Thanks to Chris Davis for helping me out with some save games. You can check out his Deus Ex Revolution retrospective here.